He won't be able to recover his teammate's banners. He's just looking for a little spot to call home so he could grab some placement points as for now. But he's getting shot by charge rifles by the tree team, and he's down to 1 HP. Will he be able to make it into the building?
Oh, no,
he won't. Unfortunately, he goes down there.
That was a rough spot for Xenox. I felt a little bit sorry for him. You know, when you're kind of watching something go from bad to worse. That was exactly what just happened there for Sentinels, and I'm sure Sentinels fans will be feeling exactly the same way. But it's going to be Rogue actually involved in a battle with aim assist in the kill feed, and Snipe Down being taken down by a controller player. That's, you know, something in itself, a story in itself. TSM here already made their way over to Tree, though, girl. Early rotation again from Team Solo Mid.
Yeah, it's really surprising. They're playing the games really well without a Pathfinder. It's like they already have the Pathfinder knowledge ingrained in their brains, and they're going for those end zones anyways, and they're able to make this aggression. Doing the crypto ultimate, will they be able to get the kill on this team on the inside? They're throwing in the thermites. Hal putting in a lot of damage. One person goes down on team aim assist. Will they be able to finish off the last two?
And that is how devastating the Crypto Revenant combination can be. They didn't get the clean wipe, but the damage that they managed to inflict on that team within the building is absolutely incredible. They got 2 players eliminated, I believe. They didn't manage to get the final player down, and now you're seeing all 3 of TSM just swarming over this building as the Wraith is desperately trying to get away and queue out of dodge. And TSM just showing perfectly there how important timing is, but also how much damage that you can do if you execute a push properly with this comp.
Yeah, they're satisfied with the gold and purple boxes. They're going to end up looting and maybe push another team once they get their ultimates back up. Here we are with 303 Esports, though, taking in some damage. Phony Head's not yet healed, but they should be safe inside this dome for now, for sure.
So 19 squads remaining, but 52 players left, which means we've lost 8 players in the lobby, which means there's a lot of partial teams, and there's no surprise. And here is one of those partial teams, Team Smile, as TSM now making their way through Tree, and TSM once again looking to get in a fight. Albrelelli does some huge damage, and it's going to be Albrelelli who actually, comes in to finish off the damage begun by Hal. So TSM with another KP on the board there, and that was designed for the last player alive, I believe, from aim assist, or as I say that, correct myself, because Gentrifying is the last man alive, and it looks like TSM, well, they're a little bit thirsty to finish off aim assist, and maybe this is just a little bit of a case of TSM trying to assert their dominance on the champions of our last tournament.
Aim assist didn't seem like they wanted to give up Resulta's banner, so they did try and get his banner, but unfortunately they weren't able to. They got the knock on Hal, which made them able to revive their second last player and recover from that. And now TSM pulling out the drone, looking to see what teams that they could fight next. Here's Shirley in Tree.
And that's how effective the drone can be. We talk about the EMP a lot, but of course, having that scouting ability is so vital. We always say information is king in Battle Royale games, and it's exactly the same here on Apex Legends. You can see what teams are going to be pushing, what areas are taken, what areas you can potentially try and force a fight yourself. So Rep's showing that even with all the hours that he has on Watson, of course, he's trying to adapt to that crypto play a little bit more as these games go on.
That's something I've never thought about before, but normally with teams without a Pathfinder, they can normally tell where the end zone is when they can see a bunch of teams pulling into one place. Now with Crypto, they will be able to do the exact same thing more easy and safe with the Crypto drone. That's really cool to think of in that perspective here.
Yeah, it's a great point that you make, and again, another layer to an evolving meta game here in Apex Legends, as we see Team Liquid getting involved here with Rogue being eliminated, I do believe there. Dropped was the last player alive for Rogue, so a little bit of a rough start here for our former champions, as we see another crypto being used here and probably trying to target an EMP. Is he going to let this one go? It looks like he is, and now they're going to be pushing onto this team inside of Harvester. Not sure what point of view we are watching right now, so we don't have the HUD up. It's going to be LTP. No surprise to see them as TSM are snug inside of Tree.
Yeah, it's nice to see the different metas, the different characters that people are playing. This one is Crypto, Gibraltar, and Wraith. They're looking to see who they can fight, but I think they're going to take it easy. They're going to play it a little bit safer, and they're going to find their way into the zone. They're almost in the zone, and here we are with what a nice skin that Pathfinder has. I love the color. Nice little rat spot on him for sure.
So as I say, there's a few teams who don't have a full complement of players, and look at that aim assist who have managed to at least back off TSM from that fight that they were having for an extended period of time. Have managed to get themselves back up to 2 players. And Resulta, unfortunately, won't be rejoining the action here in our second game as he has had his respawn timeout. But Sentinel on an R99 in the hands of Gentrifying here, and a big shot with a Sentinel might create an opening for them. But now we're going to see where that ring is going to be pulling. We haven't had the opportunity to see the Pathfinder beacon for a while, so it's going to be up to these teams to decide where they want to rotate and what high ground and what real estate that they want to have in their hands.
Here we are with Solafide, double blue and a white armor, but they do have a nice spot. Although they can get shot from multiple different angles, hopefully they'll be able to hold that area for now.
Vubsy here, he's trying to land some shots from a distance here for Team Superior, and his Prodigy Aces, Joey Blackout, and of course Vubsy, whose POV we are looking through at the moment through the eyes of Vubsy, and they're having to make their rotation in now, and then they kind of position themselves around Dome, and I'm going to have to make a little bit of a move in to the west side of the map, but pretty close to that next circle. You can see in the top left-hand side of your screen, they do have that Pathfinder information as well, so their rotation is going to be planned accordingly, but there is a team potentially trying to hold them out here, and that is going to be Zeratricky.
Do you find there be a big difference between the EMEA region and the Americas, like with play style?
I'm genuinely shocked how that first game went, and the same here in the second game. We've been watching, you know, EMEA in general maybe does play a little bit more of a passive game, and you are going to see more teams in that end circle. That was indicated earlier today in our EMEA region, but the level of aggression I don't think I've seen so far in an America's lobby. This has just been turned up a notch. I don't know if there's something in the water today in America, but trust me, this is crazy stuff we're seeing from these teams.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to see the aggression. It's amazing for us as observers to see all of this go down aggressively. It's a lot of fun to watch the teams fight. Now TSM is really getting pressured. They're not full HP, but they are full armor. And Albrelelli holding this door with 3 people on the other side. This is very dangerous because if they kick the door down and all shoot him at once, he could go down right away. But they opt to stay on top of the building for now and maybe look for a different place to retreat.
You can see Solafide maybe using that Gibby bubble to try and rotate ahead of TSM, as we have seen quite a big pull away from Tree. So TSM are going to have to make their rotation and make that move. And I'm not going to, this is going to sound a bit weird, but I had a dream last night that 3 people were trying to break into my house, and it looked exactly the same as that full team outside of that door. And I just had like this weird moment. I was like, what is real life? What is not real life? But TSM, you know, I know how that feels. So just relax. Everything's going to be okay.
Everything's gonna be okay. It's just a dream. This isn't a competition or a tournament or anything. No big deal. Here we are with NRG, though. We haven't seen them too much this game. They have pretty good loot here, and they are indeed in the zone right here on in the top of the building.
Rocket trying to get back up to full HP. You can see Nathan, he's only got a slither of health to work with. But Brazukas, well, not really much to work with at all. 2 players have been dropped here, and it's going to be up to best 9 to try and skirtle away here and find himself a pretty little rock to hide himself behind. Solafide now making their push on this building as well, and they've got a Peacekeeper in hand as well. So any short-range fights that are going to go down, they're going to feel pretty confident here in one of those fights. But confidence is one thing, hitting your shots is another, as the pressure now falls onto Metro and Clarify to win this fight. And somehow Solafide, having lost that first player, absolutely clean house, and they'll get their teammate pride back into this game.
Oh my god, Solafide did such a great job. The Prowler damage, I love the Prowler. It's actually one of my favorite guns right now. Here we are with NRG, though, taking in some damage, poke damage from across the map, but they'll be okay. They'll be safe here while the zone closes in. They are still getting shot at by scouts.
On board with LTP then. They are inside this next zone, and I was just looking at the kill feed as well. You can see NRG are in a little bit of a sticky position as well, as they've had 2 players down. TSM, I think, are still having their battle as well with aim assist, as I saw Gentrifying being taken down by Albrelelli, but LTP here inside this building, you can see they're on the quick side of the zone, so they're going to have to plan a pretty deep rotation towards this next circle, and the longer that you have to travel at this point, the more eyes are going to be on you and the more difficulty you are going to have. And Zanios is going to be one of those players here for HRN who's going to be finding it incredibly difficult to survive. He will be taken down, and that will be their squad eliminated.
Here we are with Solafide, taking in some damage from the Thermites. They have a long way to go to get into the zone. Here we are with Sarah Tricky's team, though, taking in some damage as well. They're fighting 12 squads left, 28 people alive. They got a couple kills under their belt, though, and they do have the chance to win this game. They've got a great spot.
Big shots coming in from Pride there with that Peacekeeper. Manages to get the knock, and that was onto Imperial How as well. So TSM finding themselves up against Solafide in this position. I'm not sure if they did get completely wiped or if it was just How who was taken out. And just remember, it was Solafide who were holding out TSM from that building inside of Tree. Big shots with the flatline as well, going to be coming in onto that player who was trying to just hide behind that little crate. But the problem is, as we mentioned earlier, the longer you have to rotate, there's going to be more eyes on you. And in this case, it's the eyes of Solafide onto this team trying to rotate down from the building in Tree.
Let's get a listen in on Solafide's comms here in a moment.
They're aping.
Two. I only see 2.
Yep.
I'm holding left.
Popping cells.
I'm selling.
Grenading through.
I don't have gen.
Good, I'm good.
We're just playing for
back
kills.
up.
We're literally just playing for kills.
Yeah. They finished them.
Pushing them? I hit the other bitch twice. Purple.
Revenant has gold.
I'm up. Are you? We're playing for kills. I already said this. We can't walk up with them.
I altered them.
Claire.
Right here, Claire. Come here, Claire.
Coming. One's close on me.
Crack two. Crack 3, knocked 1. We're good. Just keep moving forward.
Behind me. 33.
Guys. Move forward.
I'm armor swapping this.
You
grab that bubble. Bubble now.
Bubbling forward.
We're not safe.
I don't think we're in.
Just stay alive for as long as you can, Pride. Play for yourself.
I have 14. If you have Q, use it.
How, bro? We had 6.
They dealt so much damage there, but unfortunately the bubble was a little too short, so they weren't able to sit in the zone safely, and then they went down. Here we are with Complexity, though, pushing into the edge of zone, getting a knock on Senpai. Absolutely destroying with the massive, gets the whole squad wipe. There we are with Complexity with a couple more kills under their belt. 4 squads left. Who will win here in this second game? 52 seconds left. Let's see what the other squads have in store. Is there anyone in the final zone as of yet that we can see?
There's 4 squads remaining here. You saw Complexity are one of them, Team Superior are another, and they've got a full complement of players, so they're going to be feeling pretty good. They're a Tricky, another team involved in this final potential fight. 29 seconds until those teams are going to have to move, and you might be thinking, why is there so few teams left in this final circle with 21 seconds left? It's because it was moving through such a tight choke. So many teams are kind of banked on where that zone would be moving and had to move through that tight choke point, and you heard it in the comms. Right, you heard it from Solafide themselves. We can't win this game. We have to play for KP from this position. So they tried to get as many KP on the board as they could. Unfortunately for them, they lost that big team fight that maybe would have allowed them to rack up a few more.
I think Complexity just acknowledged the rat in the game now. He may push him. He may find it too dangerous. But here we are with Zero Tricky fighting in the end zone, taking in a lot of damage. Or stay alive for any kill points. Nope, he is actually out of the game. Team Superior with Joey Blackout and ends up getting killed by Complexity. What a nice third party, what a clean third party. Good job for Complexity. You never want to be the last two teams fighting when they're